Assalamu alaikum students. I am your teacher Aisha Anwar. We have been studying chapter number 2, which is about operating system. Up till now we have covered its introduction and also discussed about some basic functions of operating system. After that we have discussed some interfaces of operating systems that are available. Today, we are going to revise those interfaces and going to study the next topic from your book. We studied about the interfaces. We all know that there are three type of interfaces of operating system that are available. These are command line interface, menu driven interface, and graphical user interface. So this command line interface is used on DOS and the other one is Unix. These two operating systems use command line interface, and these are difficult to use because we have to memorize the commands with their syntax. The second one is menu driven interface, which is used on Novels NetWare, and the second one is ProDOS. The menu driven interface is easy to use as compared to the CLI because all the commands are given in the form of menus in menu driven interface. So user has to select the various commands using the menus, and he has to perform the task by selecting various options that are mentioned in the menus. The third type of interface which is available for operating system is graphical user interface, and it is used on three type of operating systems. One is Linux, other is Mac OS, and third one is the Windows, which is the most commonly used operating system. Today we are going to learn the classification of operating system. Okay, now let's start operating system classification. The classification of operating system is basically divided upon the number of users. There are operating systems that are used by single users, and there are other operating systems that are used by more than one users. So according to the number of users, operating systems are classified into two types. One is single user operating system, and the second is multi-user operating system. As their name indicates, single user operating system is the operating system which is only used by single user at a time. And in multi-user operating system, there are multiple users that can use a single operating system at a same time. So let's discuss them. First of all, single user operating system. As we have already discussed, operating system that is used by a single user at a time is known as single user operating system. It allows only one single user to log in and use the computer at a time, and they are easy to use. As only one user is using the computer at a time, so the resources of this computer, such as CPU, memory, and other input output devices, are not shared with other computers because only the single user is using the computers at one time, so the resources are not shared. Mostly the single user operating systems are installed on microcomputers, and microcomputers are those computers which are general purpose computer, and normally we use them in our homes, in our offices, in our school colleges. In single user operating system, user can open many programs at the same time and switch among them as required. It means that a single user can run many programs at the same time. Single user operating system allows you to use many programs but only by the one user. But you can use many programs at the same time. Maybe you have ever noticed that you can play an audio file in the background and work on MS Word file, or simply you can use Internet Explorer or any uh, file that is open with you, and there are some other files that are minimized. So it means that we are using more than one programs at a time. I am playing a game and I can also listening to the some audio file or some music meanwhile I am playing the game. So it means at this particular time I am using two programs. One is game and one is the audio that is playing in the background. So it means I am using more than one programs at a time, but only a single user can do this task. As a single user operating system has to be operated by only one person, so they use less memory and they are cheap. They cost less as compared to the multi-user operating system. Some commonly used single user operating systems are DOS, Windows 95, Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 10, etc. DOS and Windows 95 and Windows XP are the old version of the operating systems which are not in use these days. Mostly we use Windows 7, Windows 8 and Windows 10. All of these are single user operating systems. Now let's discuss multi-user operating system. Here we will compare multi-user operating system with single user operating system. Operating systems that allow many users at a time to use a computer at the same time are known as multi-user operating system. It is exactly opposite to the single user, which allowed only one user to use computer at the same time. But multi-user operating system allows many users to use a computer at the same time. As many users can use a computer, so it allows many users to log in into a single big computer and to run different programs at the same time. As many users are using the single computer, so each user may use or may run a different program. It shares the resources of the computer with the other users over the network. It is mostly installed on mini computers and mainframe computers. By using multi-user operating systems, we can share our files and data with the other users. A person known as the administrator is responsible for assigning and managing usernames and password. So it means a simple single dedicated person known as the administrator is allowed to manage the other users that are using that operating system, as it handles multiple users at a time. So it requires a powerful CPU, large memory and large hard drives so that multiple users can save their data. It usually supports multi-programming and time-sharing systems. We will study them after this topic. The most commonly used multi-user operating systems are Windows NT, Unix and Linux. Here you should be able to differentiate between single user and multi-user operating systems. This is a very easy topic and there are many chances of the question from this topic, and mostly the question which comes into the paper is for differentiating between single user and multi-user operating system. So dear students, that's all for today. This is the very short topic which we have discussed today, but it is an important topic. So the task that is to be done by you, and you have to submit this task in WhatsApp group. You have to write down the difference between these two operating system types, write down the difference in points, and share your answers with me. If you are having any problem or confusion, you can ask me anytime. Thank you.